Top 10 Weird Celebrity Items That Went Up for Auction_Sale. Have you ever wondered about some of the strangest things that went up for sale or auction on websites you probably use from time to time? People love to sell all kinds of weird stuff on the internet, but you're certainly not prepared for some of the ones we're going to reveal to you very soon. Just remember that as hard as it may be to believe, these are real auctions of items that went up for sale and amazingly found a buyer. So with no further ado, let's take a closer look at the weird celebrity items that went up for auction/sale. When the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith premiered and the famous couple was walking down the red carpet, a fan was waiting for them holding a pen in his hand, but also, strangely, an empty jar. Since he didn't have a piece of paper to at least get an autograph, he thought that it would be better if he could ask them to breathe in the jar. Brad and Angelina obliged and the ecstatic fan went on to sell it online. Did he find a buyer? Strangely enough, he didn't. It seems that the jar sold for $530. What? J.D. Salinger is known for the amazing books he published over the years, with the most acclaimed one being The Catcher in the Rye. The author actually loved to live alone and for more than 50 years he led a very private life. However, it seems that after he died his home was broken into by a collectibles dealer who stole his toilet and then auctioned it off on eBay. The price he asked for it? $1 million freaking dollars. He went on to mention in the listing that the toilet was original, was not cleaned and dated back to '62. Wil Wheaton has played as a child in the worldwide acclaimed movie Star Trek, and everyone loved the fact that not only did he play his role very well, but it fit him perfectly due to the fact he was also a nerd. One day though, Will decided to get rid of all the strange stuff he owned and went on to auction it off on eBay. One of the items he was selling was his dented ping-pong ball, which was given the nickname Silas. When the owner finally decided to summon the courage and put the blood vial of late President Reagan up for sale on eBay, it caused quite a stir. In the description, he mentioned that the blood was taken from Reagan when he was in the hospital after the failed attempt to assassinate him in 1981. While the bidding reached $10,000, it seems that the scandal it caused in the mass media brought him a lot of trouble, and that is why the blood vial was eventually donated to the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation. One Direction certainly gets a lot of love from their fans. But there's this one strange happening when Niall Horan was with his band members in Australia and he was asked to try a slice of toast with Vegemite. After he took a bite, he immediately spat it out. What happened to the other half? Well, it was sold to one of his fans for, make sure you're seated, $99,000. Wow, just wow. Everyone can agree that Scarlett Johansson is a very beautiful woman. But when you blow your nose on The Tonight Show, that sexiness suddenly starts to pale. While that alone may not sound too strange, what would you say if we were to tell you the handkerchief she used to blow her nose went up for sale online? Not only that, but someone actually paid $5,300 for it. Can you imagine that? Luckily, if luck would actually have anything to do with this, the money was donated to charity. While the Queen seems to generally do a great job at keeping her private life away from the public eyes, she has gotten her knickers in a twist when it was discovered that a pair of silky bloomers that were allegedly hers were put up for sale online. It seems that the panties were left over in a private plane in 1968 and were given to a rich baron. When he died in 2010, the panties were auctioned off online. Everyone can agree that Monroe was not only a beautiful, but also a chesty woman. In general, it seems that everything associated with her name goes on to sell for good money online, and that is certainly true when it comes to her chest x-rays. They were apparently taken in 1954 and showed her neck, shoulders, full ribcage and a silhouette of her breasts. How much did they sell for? Well, for a mere $45,000. Of course, we are talking about the "Hit It Baby One More Time" pop superstar, Britney Spears. While her gum went on for sale a while back for about $14,000 on eBay, hearing the fact that someone somehow got a hold of her pregnancy test and then found a buyer for it is totally gross. It seems that the test was found in one of the hotel rooms she stayed at with her husband, and the lucky finder managed to sell it for $5,001. Talk about getting your nose in people's stuff. While all the previous strange items that went for sale on auction websites were weird, wait till you read this one. The way it goes is that while filming an episode of Boston Legal, Schottner suddenly fell sick, passed out and also passed his kidney stone. At the same time, someone who noticed the stone took it and then put it up for sale online. Later on, the stone was returned to him and he donated the whopping $25,000 it received from the online auction to charity.